I'm Sharon Bill. Welcome to my Music Theory Tuition series where I work with you step by step through the ABRSM Discovering Music Theory grades. I'll work through every single exercise and explain everything you need to know. You can access information about the books I have available to help you on my website. Go to sharonbill.com. For advert-free and longer lessons, you can become a patron at patreon.com/SharonBill. If you can give me a like, that would be super, and please do subscribe to my channel to stay updated. You can support this channel by buying me a coffee at buymeacoffee.com/SharonBill. Pressing on in the ABRSM Grade 3 Discovering Music Theory workbook, we move on to page 14, looking at exercise 5 on the chapter regarding rhythm, particularly looking at compound time. So exercise 5 asks to add the appropriate time signature of either 6/8, 9/8 or 12/8 to the melodies below. But before we jump into that, let's just refresh on memory what these look like. 6/8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 quaver beats. It's compound time, so it's grouped in threes, and we can see there are two groups of three, two dotted crochet beats, and so visually we're looking for duple time, two groups of three. 9/8 is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, which is three groups of three, or whatever adds up to three dotted crochet beats. So it's 1, 2, 3 triple time. And 12/8 is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 quaver beats. Just don't rush through that stage there. And we can see 1, 2, 3, 4 dotted crochet beats. And we can see there it's quadruple time. So visually these things will help us, as well as literally just counting out the blobs, as it were. It does say watch out though, because there will be some upbeats, some anacrusis, which if you remember means this first bar here may not be a complete bar, it may just be a lead-in bar. So you're going to have to just check through at least the first few bars. However, we will check through every bar just to make full revision potential out of this. So let's start with exercise A. We have a dotted crochet, which we know is 3 quaver beats, and there's another group of 3, and we can see two groups of 3, which tells us 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6/8, but you can just see that at a glance. You get to recognising just at a quick glance looking at the groups of 3. So 6/8, it's duple time, two groups of 3, adding up to 6 quaver beats. 1, 2 quavers there, there's 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, there's group 1, there's group 2. 1, 2, 3, there's our first group, second group. There's group 1, 1, 2, 3 quaver beats. Now here we have a semi-quaver. Now a demi-semi-quaver's worth here, because the dot is half as much again, and a demi-semi-quaver's worth there, and we know that 2 demi-semis equals 1 semi, so semi and semi gives us a quaver. There's another quaver, there's another quaver, there's our final group of 3. So by all means do press pause now and have a go at the remainder of exercise 5. I'm hoping that you've done that now, and we'll check through these together. So here we have, let's try this one. First of all, just counting the groups. Rather than counting every single quaver beat, let's count at the groups. So we know that a dotted minim divides into two dotted crochets. There's a dotted crochet, there's a dotted crochet. So rather than splitting everything into quavers, we know that we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 dotted crochets, remembering that each dotted crochet is indeed a group of 3 quavers. So we know that we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 groups of 3, which is 12 quaver beats per bar. So you can just do that quickly at a glance instead of breaking everything down into quavers all the time. However, if you do find that a bit tricky to begin with, then do break it down. So in this next bar we shall do just that. So we have a dotted crochet, which is 1, 2, 3 quaver beats. We have a crochet, which is 2, and there's another one. So there's our 3 quaver beats. A dotted crochet is 1, 2, 3. A dotted crochet rest is just the same, 1, 2, 3 quaver beats. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Again, we could just do this counting dotted crochet, dotted crochet. However, if that seems too complicated, we know that a minim is worth 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we've got a dot which is half as much again, so that's 5, 6. We group them in threes, remember being compound time, and that's how we can see we've got 2 groups of 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. It's just as easy to count the groups in dotted crochets though. So we have a dotted crochet there. Here's a crochet, so there's the dotted crochet. Here's the crochet, and we know that 2 semiquavers equals 1 quaver, which would be the dot. There's another dot. However, this bar isn't complete, so we've not got the full count there. Now moving on, looking at exercise C, we know that 4 demi-semis equals 1 quaver. If we just show you the diagram we did last lesson, a quaver divides into 2 semis, which is 4 demi-semis. So we know that's a quaver beat. Then we've got a bar line, so that's going to be an anacrusis or an upbeat. And so that would mean we're sort of imagining the end of some kind of invisible bar, and then whatever is missing in this bar will be made up at the end, and often it's reflected at the start of each phrase as well. So this won't give us the answer, we need to move on a bar. So we've got a group of 3 here. Here are 2 quaver beats, and then 4 demi-semis gives us another quaver, so there's our second group of 3. And this bar shows us quite easily group 1, group 2, the beaming shows us that. There's a quaver, semi and semi is a quaver, there's a quaver. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we can see 2 groups of 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, which means there are 6 quaver beats per bar. And then let's look ahead here. So we've only got 1, 2, 3, 4 quaver beats in this bar. This is another anacrusis, another upbeat. So let's see what we've got in this next bar. So we could, let's do this one looking in quavers, and then we'll sort of break it down a little bit more into sort of dotted crochet chunks here. So here we've got a dotted crochet, which is 1, 2, 3. Here's a crochet, which is 1, 2. Here's our third quaver beat. And then we've got a crochet, which is 2. And then here's our third. So we can see group 1, group 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 over 8. And then here, so there's 1 dotted crochet beat, a crochet and a quaver. Oh, put my dot, and there's another dotted crochet beat, a crochet and a quaver, dotted crochet because the quaver is the equivalent for the dot. So group 1, 2, 3 groups of 3 we can see there. There's a dotted crochet's worth, there's a dotted crochet's worth, there's a dotted crochet's worth. So we've got 3 groups of 3, 9 over 8. This last bar again is an incomplete bar, so it will be made up at the end. Usually the last bar and the first bar loop to complete the time signature. Again, we've got an anacrusis here. we've only got 3 quaver beats, so that won't give us anything. We need to look ahead. And so if we look at it first of all in dotted crochet beats, there's 1. We know that a dotted minim divides into 2 dotted crochets, and there's another one. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 groups of 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 over 8. If you prefer to just count it in quavers straight away, we know that 1, 2, 3, and then a dotted crochet and a dotted crochet gives us another 2 groups of 3 for this dotted minim, and there's a group of 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And then here, 1, 2, 3, here's a crochet which is 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and we have to have this tie here. We can't write that as a minim because we need to show each group of 3 in the way that we group the notes together. Because we're in compound time now, we have to show everything in groups of 3. So you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And then we get an incomplete bar, and you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 plus the 10, 11, 12 at the beginning makes up our time signature there. So do go ahead and try this challenge and just match up the rhythms. First of all, do so by thinking how the groups are beamed and thinking, is it in groups of 2 or groups of 3? And then if you want to double check it, you can just then map out and divide the quaver beats to see what the time signatures are. It's very much to do with how these are beamed. So let's look at this together now. So we have a quaver and a quaver, which makes a crochet. We're grouped in 2s here, and so this has got to be a simple time signature because it's divided by 2. So we have a crochet beat here, and then this is worth a quaver, half of a crochet. The dot is worth a quaver. With this quaver gives us another crochet beat. 1, 2, 3 crochet beats per bar, and so that gives us that. And we would know that because of the number 4, we are definitely counting in crochet beats here. Now then here, what have we got going on here? This is quite a long bar, isn't it? So we know that we've got a crochet which divides into 2 quavers, and here's another quaver. So there's 1 dotted crochet's worth. And then we know that semi plus semi is quaver, semi plus semi is quaver. There's another quaver. There's our next group of 3. There's our next dotted crochet beat. And then 1, 2, 3 quaver beats there gives us another dotted crochet beat. So we know that we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 quaver beats. And so that's going to take us to this one, which is compound time, because it's divided into groups of 3. You can see how that's beamed there. 1, 2, 3. It's divided by 3. So we have 3 groups of 3 there, 9, 8, 9 quaver beats per bar. And then here we've got a quaver beat, and then a crochet divides into 2 quavers. So we've got 1, 2, 3 bar line. Semi plus semi is quaver, there's a quaver, there's a quaver, bar line. So we've got 1, 2, 3 bar line, 1, 2, 3. So that's literally 3 quaver beats per bar, which is the odd one out because it's just 1, 2, 3. We still count that as simple time because we wouldn't really count it in a group of 1 beat per bar. You wouldn't have 1 dotted crochet bar line, 1 dotted crochet bar line, and so we count that in twos. 1, 2, 3. We divide that in twos, and the rule is actually in 3/8 we can beam everything together no matter what. So that is kind of the odd one out a little bit there. I hope this is helpful to your studies. Please do like and subscribe to stay updated. If you'd like to support this channel, you can buy me a coffee, and for advert-free lessons you can become a patron. Do visit my website where you'll find many resources available to help you. Visit sharonbill.com. Thanks for watching. Bye.